Hi, in this brief tutorial I'm going to go through how you do a backstitch. Now I use the backstitch as a filler stitch for softies and doll faces. So we'll get right to it. Now what I'm using here is I'm using 2 strands of black embroidery thread. I'm only using this particular thread so as that it'll be quite visible on the blue cloth that I'm doing the stitch in. Right, now to start your backstitch, usually you might have a straight line or it might be a circular line, but for the purposes of this I'm just going to imagine I'm going in a straight line like this, okay? Now what you do is with your knot at the back at the end of your thread, you work in the first stitch. Okay. And what you do now is I'm going in this direction, but I'm actually going to go back on myself first of all. So if we take this as being position A, I'm going to go back to B and I'm going to go right past that and come out at position C. So if we call that A, B, C. Right. And that's going to give us our first stitch. Okay, so that's our first stitch. Now we also want to try to aim to have the stitches as even as possible. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. So this is A. I'm going back to point B, which is just exactly where the end of that stitch finishes. And I'm working out again to point C. And I'm actually joining up the line as we're going. Again, this is A, back to B, and over to C. You see the way it's all joining up? Again, A, back to B, and over to C. Okay. Now, so that's what it looks like. Now obviously if you had a line drawn it would be straighter, but you try to keep the stitches as even as possible and then you follow whatever line that you actually want to follow, be that a straight line, curved line, and this is what the back of it looks like. So it's literally the stitches overlapping each other on the back. And you just continue with that stitch until you've filled in everything that you need on the face of the doll or the softie.